Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday the 29th of August 2017. So on the overnight we see the Dow gapping lower, and the reason for this and why I'm starting with this is because of the news that's broke overnight that North Korea fires ballistic missiles over Japan. South Korea military raising alert. So this has caused the Dow to actually gap low, and you can see that it's gapped down to the 76%, and now it's trying to fill the gap. So if this sort of concern and worry about North Korea abates during the day, then you'll see the Dow move higher and fill the gap. Yesterday we saw the Dow move higher in the pre-market session, but unfortunately it couldn't hold. As soon as the market opened, the market put in a sell signal, then a second sell signal, and within the first hour the market had made over 40 points on the two trades. And as I've said before, if you've made money in the first hour when it's quiet, then stand aside. You can see why thereafter, because the market then traded in a sideways range. You can see the support there, and then of course on the overnight we see the market gap lower and then trying to bring the market back to the upside now. News wise today, what have we got? Absolutely nothing apart from 3 p.m. where we've got consumer confidence that's going to be released, and it's forecast to be slightly lower as well, which will add to the weakness. There's no doubts about it, the Dow is weaker. Let's just go back to the daily chart, click on the right one, get rid of the news. No doubts about it, we're still below the 20 bar moving average. We're struggling with the upside 76%, and we've got this one here where we've got the support, but there's a definite break in trend up here, and you can see the market putting in those lower highs there as well. In the pound, not a lot to report for yesterday at all. Quick look at the 15-minute. You can see the market just moved higher, but very narrow range for the pound. It's probably moved a bit more on the overnight, or about the same that it did before, but you can see between the two lines here is only 50 points, and coming back to here, no great shakes at all, not moving much. And you can see this in the daily chart as the market is sideways there. It gapped higher as we saw yesterday and then managed to move lower and then come back, and on the overnight it's moving higher, no doubt due in part to what's happened with North Korea sending missiles over Japan, weakening the dollar, because again there's going to be some repercussions from the Trump administration sending something over as a reminder that they're not going to tolerate it, and therefore it weakens the dollar to begin with, and then you'll see all the other currencies strengthen, and then of course after it's done you will see the dollar strengthen once more. Let's hope that it doesn't come to that, but you never know with the madness that's in the world at the moment. Right, quick look at the implied volatility. The implied up slightly for yesterday, 8.94 from 8.72. The news of the North Koreans sending missiles over Japan is an overnight thing, so it's not reflected in this, but it will actually be slightly higher. Again, we're not seeing those lows that we saw back in July, and as I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think this is going to be the low for some time. I don't see any other low, because going forward you can start to sense and feel that things aren't right. Again, North Korea, the US administration falling apart. It's going to be a messy September, October, November, and any other month going forward once this lot starts to unravel, because this volatility is not going to hold at these levels, that's for certain. Right, on that cheery note, that will do it for today. It's Tuesday. The market can be quiet, but it just depends how it reacts and takes into account what's happened in North Korea. So we'll see how things pan out in the pre-market session this morning, but otherwise generally Tuesdays are fairly quiet, as Monday has already taken into account the weekend's news. But we'll see. Hopefully we'll get a fair bit of activity, No doubt things are going to pick up, as I say, going forward, so who knows. Anyway, that will do it for this morning. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.